Hello, and today we'll be working on the lab on machine learning. There's a few things that I need to inform you. The webinar will actually cover the basic fundamentals of TinyML and or machine learning on the embedded systems. At the same time, she will also cover how to go about with the lab. So she'll demonstrate the lab also at the same time. However, the lab or the demo that she demonstrates require you to use the Booster Excel add-on. Initially, the plan was for you guys to use the Booster Excel in the lab. However, with current circumstances, we are unable to do so. So thus, we're going to modify the lab such that we do not require the Booster Excel add-on. So what are we going to use? So initially, the Booster Excel, we're going to use the accelerometer as a means to detect to detect the movement of the board itself. However, because we don't have the Booster Excel, we're going to use the buttons, you know, the S1 and S2 buttons. So we can pick one of those buttons and use it as a means to get our data and train. So what are we going to do? We're going to use it as a way to detect a short press and a long press of the button. Okay, is it the best of examples? No, it's not. But does it work? We'll see. Okay, so what are the first few things you need to do before you get started with the project? Number one is the prerequisite, where you will have to install you need to create an H-Impulse account from the website. You will need to install the H-Impulse command line CLI, and this is from this website. And finally, you need to install Arduino IDE. Truth be told, this tool can work on any C compiler, including Code Composer. However, to incorporate it into Code Composer is a lot more complex. So for the purpose of these labs, even for your project, for the ML side, I'm allowing you to use Arduino IDE only for the machine learning side. Okay, but to set up the Arduino IDE for the MSP432, you will need to install a few things. So you need to install the preferences, and you can follow the guide here and the tools here. Okay, alternatively, I've created a VM image I will upload, and all these things would have been sorry, the Arduino will have been installed, the H-Impulse CLI have been installed and configured. The only thing you need to do is create an H-Impulse account. Okay. In addition, if you have the Booster Excel for whatever reason, you can always go to this GitHub repository, and there's a guide there to how to use the Booster Excel to get accelerometer data that was shown in the webinar. Okay. So the next step you need to do is to create a project in the H-Impulse itself, which is this. So, and this is what I'm going to show you now. So once you register for the H-Impulse, when you log in, you'll see something around this line. You can either click on a create project here, or you can click on your name here and click on create project. Either one is fine. So once you click create project, you have to give a name for the project. So in our case, we're going to call it the button presser. Okay, or you can name it whatever you want. It's up to you. Okay, so then you can click create project, and you're done. And they will start asking for a lot of things. So if you notice that there are many things that you need to do after this, and I'll just briefly go through what are the things that you need to do after this, but I will create other videos that will go through each one of them in detail. The next step you need to do is how do you connect the MSP432 to this portal itself, to this website itself. So that itself takes a little bit of effort. Why? Because the MSP432, there's no Wi-Fi, so there must be a way to connect to it, correct? If you have data which is separated, then there are other means you can do that. So if you can get data outside of the MSP432, be it through Excel or any other means, then you can train the data and download it into the MSP432. But in our case, we are just going to show you how do you collect the data directly from the MSP432 and send it up to the cloud itself. And from the cloud, later on, how do you collect the data? So this is the connect part. This is the collect part. Then I'll show you how to train the model. And finally, Once you have the tray model, how do you configure the MSP432 to use the model in an inferencing aspect? Okay, so with that, I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.